All right, yeah, we live on the air now. So give me just a second. I'm gonna send the chat.
Now, can I am I gonna be able to share my screen?
Yeah, you're gonna be able to share your screen. Just go to the sharing function on there, man, and hit share. And
okay, I see it. Screen share. Control room. What's the control room? Okay.
I always do that if okay, there it go.
That's funny. Hey, there was a comment from somebody, Kofi, to open the comment section.
Yeah, I'm finna. It should be open.
Okay, never mind. She said she see it now.
It's open.
Yeah, she see it now.
Okay. All right. I need click the link. Sean, that boy there, shoot, he'll have it in and 70 chats, man, right now. That joke, yeah. Sharing. I'm just not sharing it to my first page. Hold on, let me go hit it.
Sure.
Share it in the session. And then I'm gonna have to log in too so I can see what's going on. Hold on, let me put it in here. Mute myself real quick. Sin, you know who in the chat? Monica.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm finna in the chat. Hold on, I'm finna get Sin and Monica to share them. Send it. Send it, Monica. If you on here and you can hear me, could you share peace, Oran Branch, peace, Athea Cooper, peace, Asar M. Ka, peace, Monica Lamb. Could y'all send it, Asar and send it, Monica? Could y'all please share these in the groups? I'm trying to share these in the groups real fast, but I'm real slow, and I want to try to go ahead and get started with the. Let me know if y'all hear me, and y'all gonna be able to do that for me. Okay, share them in all the groups. You and send Sean in 1,000 groups. So please share, please. So I give a few minutes till you get through sharing in the groups. Sis. And I and my brother keeping. We're gonna get started. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Already in there. Look like. Let me see. Oh no, this me. Okay. I need to share my screen too real quick. Seeing I shared my screen too, and I want to do my little intro video, and We'll be ready. Hold on, I gotta go. Give me 1 second. Thought I already had it in here. Go on my list dash real quick. All right. So we gonna go ahead, man, and get started. We got a few people in the chat already. I'm sending Monica, sharing them to the group. I see the notifications coming through. Go ahead and get started. Can hold on, let me see, make sure. Can you mute your mic? Let me know if you see my screen before you mute your mic. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Family, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Mute your mic so it can let me shoot to make sure first, and then I'm gonna unshare my video, and okay. You can still hold on. Let me see. It's doing some. Okay. Is my screen showing? Okay, it's showing. It's showing seeing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we finna get started. We're gonna go ahead and jump off and get started. So let's get started, family. Here go to the song, which is also done by the brother that's on the panel tonight. All right, let's get it started. Knowledge of himself is a superb and supreme picture of creation. When man becomes possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes master of his environment and captain of his own ship, the director of his own destiny, the accomplisher of his own ends. He should understand himself because man is full of knowledge, and this knowledge is a gift of nature. When Mother Nature created man, she deprived him of nothing. He was given the faculty of understanding all things around him. This faculty for understanding has not been taken away from him. None of his senses have been taken away from him. So there is no excuse for the black man. I'm bringing my team, green, black and green, the queen, the king, salute, now scream, I say, bring probability, I say, I'm raving my team, red, black and green, queen, the king, salute, now scream, I say, bring probability, I say, all right, let's get in. Before we get in, I want to honor and revere the ancestors who have passed and went into the ancestral realm. Egungun. First, right here we have the master teacher, the master historian, Dr. John Henry Clarke, who passed January the 1st, and we have here, not passed, but his birthday. Excuse me, his birthday is January the 1st. Excuse me, and we have here our other ancestor, Cress Wilson, another one, our ancestor who transitioned January the 2nd. So those 2 dates have just previously passed. So I want to revere and honor these ancestors with the Fumler family. Excuse me too. I'm gonna have to stop rushing, trying to get the show and stuff started because I'll be doing stuff at the last minute. I actually swapped out a slide, but we'll just go here because I had Dr. Joseph, Dr. Joseph Ben Jokanan, where I honored with me and Asar Imhotep last week. So I forgot to edit that out of there and put their names at the bottom, but we'll go at the top. So we know we're reviewing Dr. John Henry Clarke today, whose birthday was January the 1st, and our other ancestor, Francis Cress Wilson, into the Egungun on January the 2nd. So up at the top, we have the sesh. At the top here, the translation at the bottom. And it says, Hotep Dina Sut Wusir, Neb Jebdu Netcher, Neb Abdu, correct, T Inket Ka Apet Sesh Menket Neb Neferet Wabet Anket Netcher M In Ka In Imaku Makaru. And it's saying an offering in which the king Wusir, Lord of Jadu, the great deity, Lord of Obidus, that he may give a voice offering of beer, calf, fowl, linen, alabasters, and all good and pure things on which a deity lives, to the revered ones, the ancestors, which we will put the revered ones we will put here instead of the ancestors. We could keep the ancestors, but we're going to say Dr. John Henry Clarke, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, justified or truer voice. Either one. Makaru means justified or truer voice. So I wanted to honor the ancestors, revere the ancestors, the Nasud formula. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can introduce my guest on the panel, and he could go in. All right. And also, before I get started, I want to say ETM Hotep, Duau, Reni Kofi Paisai, Dua Netcher, In Ek, Ra Kwai Second, Modupe, Egungun, Kiki Egungun, Mojube Oleran, Mojube Odemare, Fahmu Ila, Pele Fahmu Alefie. So I'm not going to go through the whole things. People that watch my videos ought to know exactly what I'm saying. But basically, I said I spoke in Yoruba and in the Remish culture. I want to welcome in peace. Platform, I always want to welcome in peace. I always want to bring forth peace. I always want to bring forth good character on the panel as well as in the chat box. Because again, if we say we are African descent, we're African, we are Pan-Africanist, whatever. We our culture practice good character building. So Iwa Pele means good character. I said Fahmu Iwa Pele, which is good character. So our culture stands on good character. So let's have good character in the chat box. Let's have peace in the chat as well. My guest on to the show, he goes by I Am My Brother's Keeper. I'm grateful that this brother today. I'm thankful for him that came on to the show today. So my brother, I Am My Brother's Keeper.
Saying Kofi, I appreciate it, man. You know, and love what you be doing, and respect it very much. So, you know, anything I could ever do to assist you in what you're doing, I'm down with it. So just to should I share this up here? Just to introduce myself a little bit, you know how you said I go by I am my brother's keeper is my Facebook page, my Facebook name. And so I've been doing that for, I don't know, this will be the 5th year, I believe. The 5th year I've been doing this. My government name is Vincent Wortman. And which is tripped out to me really because my mother's name is Powell and my father's name is Reed. So I'm actually a Powell Reed. Vincent Powell Reed is what I go by now when I'm writing and things like that, and when I'm producing and directing and editing, I'm going by Vincent Powell Reed, you know, because that's my family name. And before the end of the year, I'm gonna get that straight because I gotta respect my ancestors that way. You know, I was educated in Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is, you know, a really good educational system in terms of, you know, we were learning how to program computers, you know, back in the 70s. You know, when I was in 3rd grade, I'm learning how to write computer programs and things like that. I ended up attending the University of Cincinnati on.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, family, because it may be just on my end.
You
Family,
can't hear
is
me?
it he has spoken an entire paragraph. Is he or it's just on my end? I just want to make sure y'all hear him clear. Is he breaking up, or he's clear out there? Before we keep talking, I want him to keep talking, and y'all can't hear him. Okay, that might have been just on my end a while ago, but go ahead, brother. I just wanted to, I hate to interrupt you, but I just wanted to make sure that the audio was clear for the family out there as you speak. I don't want you to just.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So yeah, I went to the University of Cincinnati on a football scholarship, and from there, you know, I ended up going to you know, Brown Mackie is where I got my degree. Brown Mackie College, a degree in applied science, audio engineering, and video production. You know, I had my sisters. You know, really, you know, as far as family and ancestors, we talk about ancestors and family all the time. So you gotta give respect. And you know, I get a lot of whatever I'm doing, you know, from my people. You know, I got, you know, my grandfather has 9 children in Detroit, Michigan. You know, back during them days when, you know, the riots was going on, he got 9 children. 8 of his 9 children graduated from college. You know, all of his grandchildren who are, you know, graduated from college, and all of his great grandchildren who are of age have graduated from college. And the one child he had that didn't graduate from college, he was a war hero. And you know, when, you know, his burial, you know, they gave him a 21 gun salute, and you know, and played taps. You know, so you know, much respect to my people and the Powells and the Reeds and my ancestors and those who brought me here to where I'm at. You know, I said, you know, praise be to them. You know, and one of the things they gave me in the beginning was, you know, like I'm sure many of y'all, you know, got from y'all families, was Christianity as far as the spiritual system. And, you know, when I went away to college, I tried to, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm looking for, you know, a black church, you know, and still, you know, I couldn't get with the Christianity thing, you know, and in college I was being introduced. That's where I was introduced to Frances Cress Welsing, who you mentioned earlier, you know, her theories, and you know, that was revolutionary for me. You know, Frances Cress Welsing, Malcolm X, the Black Panthers, Sheikh Anta Diop, you know, all these people I was introduced to, you know, in you know, my first few years in college. And it really changed, it completely changed how I thought about things. You know, like you get things that you don't realize that because you're indoctrinated with propaganda your whole life, you know, you don't realize that things are different than what you've been told. So getting away to college, you know, and getting to take African studies courses where, you know, it's one of the things that allowed me to grow. And then, you know, so then I'm looking for an organization to get with. And, you know, I tried the Nation of Islam and the Rastas and, you know, Pan-Africanism. And I eventually ended up with the Hebrew Israelites for about, you know, 15 to 20 years I studied with them. And you know, and that was a long experience and interesting. But then from that, you know, back to Pan-Africanism and get into the intricate details of, you know, what make us who we are in terms of all of our culture. So, you know, when brother Kofi asked me to be on the show tonight, what he was asking me to talk about was my page, my Black History 365 page. So there it is on Facebook, and I got it on YouTube and Twitter also, Black History 365. And basically what I'm doing is every day I'm sharing a meme with what I consider to be important Black history facts, Black history, you know, information that should be common knowledge among our people. You know, if we can have this information as common knowledge among our people, you know, I think it's easier to motivate us to action, you know, when we have something to look up to, something to strive for, you know, understanding of where we came from and where we need to go. So, you know, I tell my students all the time, you know, right now I'm teaching as a paraprofessional at a charter school, and one of the things that I'm always telling them, hey, hold on, Sam, hold on for a second. Okay, my bad. My bad.
Good?
Yeah, my bad.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. See, hold on. Play from current side. I lost my train of thought. All right, so anyway, so the whole point of the Black History 365 is just that we sharing this information on a regular basis, every day. So you know we can you know, have something to be proud of, and not just to have something to be proud of, but to have blueprints and the things to look at in terms of behavior to model and behavior to not model. I think, you know, both of those are important. We have examples in history of successes and failures, and I mean, I think we need to take those into account as we try to, you know, go into the future. Another page that I have is it's the same one as like the Facebook, but it's on Black Junction. I don't know if y'all familiar with blackjunction.com, but it's like I guess they're trying to be like the Black Facebook or whatever. And you know, so I got a page on there, and you know, you might want to check that out, blackjunction.com. And they also have a blackjunction.tv, which is like their version of YouTube. So here, let me play this video for y'all real quick.
I found out that there could be no record found anywhere that antedates the Black civilization.
Damn, we can't see the video.
History is our badge of honor. I am responsible.
You can't see the video?
No, we can't see the video. That first slide, you probably gonna have to enlarge in it. Yeah.
You can do it. You can see it now. You can see it now, Sam? Kofi.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay.
We can see it now.
Right.
You had it on that first slide a while ago.
All right.
I found out that there could be no record found anywhere that antedates the Black civilization of Africa. Our history is our badge of honor. I am responsible for returning to the bloody Arabs the splinters of the Sphinx's nose and chin, and the Arabs do not want to be naked because it looks Negro. Instead of Europe civilizing Africa, Africa has civilized Europe 2 times.
So this would be like an example of day one. So basically I have them, you know, it's 365 of them. We're always talking about, you know, Black history is 365 days a year, and not just during Black History Month. But usually the only time we hear that is during Black History Month. So, you know, one of the things I wanted to do was, you know, actually make sure even though I know it's a lots of people who are sharing history every day, and you know what I'm saying, and I try to support all of y'all who are doing that. I appreciate all of y'all. But so it's one of the things, you know, I thought I could do that it wouldn't be a hard thing to do, and it's easy way to contribute. So you know, and so I wanted to put together a meme for each day. And so the goal on the Facebook page, and you can see what the see, here we go. Slideshow from current slide. Can you see that? Kofi? Can you?
Yeah, Teal, I can see it.
Okay.
Can you enlarge it? Can you you know, like on the PowerPoint where you can click where it'll show just the whole presentation, it won't show the slides on the side?
That's what I got it on. That's what I just did.
Okay, it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger now. We can see it good, but I seen the little slides on the side. That's why I had asked. But see, we good.
I put it on play from the current slide. But
okay.
So all right, so yeah, so this is like the one that I did. This was for Jan. You know, I do this first day of the year every year. I share this, and it, you know, Tutankhamun, you know, just one of the figures of history. You know, not necessarily the greatest pharaoh of Kemet. But you know, they found so much stuff in his tomb that, you know, and he was so well documented or whatever. So, you know, he's one of the people that a lot of us think we know about. But the thing about it is, we see all the media that they show for him, and what they show us that he looks like, and they never show him as a Black African, like, you know. So, you know, this is one of the ones I know that a lot of people know who he is. So that's why I made it the first one. And you know, and when I do these, you know, you only share so much information on the meme. You know, you can only share so much information. But where I actually get the information is, you know, I source different places. But, you know, there's, you know, photos to me are a great source of history. You know, I think it's underrated. I think it's underutilized. You know, the use of photography and pictures and whatnot, you know, where it's applicable, you know, it can be very useful. And then, you know, you got the writing, the culture, and you have articles, news articles. And when you can get news articles, I like that because, you know, like when I was doing some stuff on slave ships, and, you know, there's a lot of news articles that are telling what happened back there, and you can, you know, it's almost like you were back there, you know, reading the newspaper for the day, and it's just crazy all the information you can get from news articles. So that's one of the sources, you know, that I'm using for the memes. Then of course, then there's books and primary source documents, and then, you know, things like artifacts. You know, like I said, we hear all day long these people talk about and show us these white pictures of King, you know, who they call King Tut, you know, but when you see him and you know, when you see the artifacts, you know, when you see the primary sources, you know, it's obvious that that's not the, you know, that's not what he looked like. You know, they told us what he looked like. So, you know, this is another, you know, source of information, you know, just using, you know, like I said, artifacts and primary source documents, books, which are kind of secondary, but still most of the times these books, you know, are referencing primary sources, and you can see the references in the books, and so you can check them. See, I don't know if you can see this. Another source for the information is videos. And the thing about videos, you know, you got to be careful, you know, because it's stuff out there that's just out there to misinform. But, you know, you look through it and you research what, you know, and you check primary sources and whatnot. Videos is a thing that I like to use to share also. So, you know, besides using the memes that I share on Facebook, I've also created like different videos to try to help convey that same information in, you know, in a little bit different medium. So like here go one of those videos right here.
What I'd like to speak to you about is the African origin of civilization.
It is very clear to all of the scientists involved in this field, even if they are only able to say it within themselves and unable to say it publicly, that the man that we know conventionally to be a white man evolved from a black man over a period of some 20,000 years of adaptation to a different climate.
You can't name me one alphabet in which Europe produced. Hieroglyph and writing came from the Nile Valley African. The African that I'm talking about now gave you mathematics, I mean, many of the things we now glorify as modern. Check the Washington Monument, for example, with an exact duplication of ancient African architecture.
An African by the name of Imhotep died 2,058 years before the birth of Hippocrates. He was such a great physician that Hippocrates himself and other Greeks call him the god of medicine.
In China, rather everybody was a descendant of our ancestors from Africa.
If the man that we see in the middle there had never left Africa to people other parts of the world, and if those people in other parts of the world in different climates had not, through the process of adaptation, become what they are in various regions of the world, all men would be homogeneous, and all men would be black.
What I select to.
Yeah, so like the inspiration for the actual video is the Black History 365 memes. Just trying to get the information out to everybody in a different way. I just don't feel like a lot of times I think people are taxed for this information. They're charged money. People want to force you to buy books or watch spend money for lectures and whatnot. And my feeling is that if this information is so important to the people, if it's so important and so vital for our survival, if Black people are so wrong in everything they do, and they need this information so bad, then I just don't understand why everybody has to charge them for it at every turn. So that was one of the things for the Black History 365. It's like this information does not have to. I mean, it's readily available to everybody. All you got to do is go search. But I know everybody doesn't have the same skill set. Everybody doesn't have the same advantages. Everybody doesn't have the same desire. Everybody doesn't. Everybody's not the same. You can't always ask a point guard. You can't ask a point guard to be a center. So sometimes you just have to share the information. So that was the thing with Black History 365. I want to share this information on a regular basis, every day, and make this information common knowledge, where everybody understands that the history that we do have, and that's not going to help us. That's not going to help us into the future in terms of just the information alone. It's a lot of work that we have to put in, but I think it's important just in understanding that, not looking at things from the narrative of those who oppress us, but looking from things from the narrative of who we actually are. So that was one of the ways, we got the videos and the memes. And one of the things, if you're trying to get involved and help, one of the organizations that I'm with is Tassetti Foundation. And our thing is to fund these historians. Dr. Ben shouldn't have had to, he shouldn't have had to been in no nursing home. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to take care of the people who are putting in the work. So, Tassetti Foundation, one of the things we're doing is fundraising for the purpose of funding the projects of the historians and things that they're trying to get accomplished. So I got a little video on that too. Again, in these products, again, like the t-shirts that I put together. This is another thing that just comes from the me. It's another way to share the information. We're just repeating this information over and over and over. Actually be that, Black History 365. Don't just say it during Black History Month. Let's do it all the time on a regular basis. So hold on, let me play that for you. Hold on. Is there no audio? All right. This must be the wrong one because I'm not hearing no audio. So But hold on, let me go to the t-shirt. That's one of the t-shirts right there. You know, I got that t-shirt on right now. Imhotep t-shirt. But you know, and like again, I got these 365 memes too. Harriet Tubman, one of my favorite figures. You know, one of my favorite women in all of history, you know, is you know, Harriet Tubman. So, you know, I had to create a shirt for her too. So and you know, we think it's imperative that we save our story. You know, that's our kind of our mantra at Tarseti, you know, save our story. Hashtag save our story. So that's one of the, you know, to me, the Black History 365, that's part of doing that. You know, it's just repeating, like I said, repeating this information over and over again until it's common knowledge. And you know, as far as sourcing the information, like I said, you know, I showed you some of the stuff earlier, but here is, let's see, play from current slide. This is my my website and the Library of Brothers Keeper. The section where, I mean, it's not all the way completed yet, so you might hit a couple spots and it looks a little rough. But as far as the section with the books, I mean, there's a lot of good books in there, you know, and a lot of the information that went into the memes came from some of these books, you know, and came from some of the and there's some primary source documents in here. I mean, it's a lot of good information. So, you know, if you get a chance, you know, check that out. You know, I'll leave that up there for a second. You can write it down. But I mean, and if you go on here and you're looking for a book and you don't see it, you know, just inbox me, because it's a chance I might have it, because I have way more books than I actually have up online. But this is my digital library, my online digital library. Y'all can, you know, go visit it anytime. You know, you can download any of the books that are on there. You can download them, or you can just read them straight from there. Some of them you have to download, but some of them you can read straight from the page if you want. So I mean, that's a good source, and part of the sources of the Black History 365 memes. Again, just to and like I said, I ain't want to, you know, keep y'all too long or whatever. I'm just, you know, and I appreciate seeing Kofi and like I said, everything he's doing. And so I'm just trying to do my part. And one of the ideas with the Black History 365 was that, you know, I wanted it to, I think sometimes some of the pages are oversaturated with information. So for this page, what I wanted to do was just share one piece of information a day. You know, well, not one piece of information, have one topic per day.
Can you put it back on there real quick? I was trying to type it and put it in the chat.
On the on this one?
Almost done with, yeah. There. You can keep talking. I just wanted to put it back on so I can put it in the chat for the people.
Yeah, so one of the things that I wanted to happen was, you know, I would bring up a topic of the day. Like today's topic of the day, today is day 6, sixth day of the year right now. And my Black History 365 meme for today was the Black Seminole Revolt. And to me, it's extra curious that, you know, when we talk about and I call them crusades, you know, freedom crusades, what they call slave rebellions. And, you know, it's curious to me that when we discuss freedom crusades, that Nat Turner is the name that, you know, that everybody will say and know, and, you know, Nat Turner, Nat Turner, and praise be to the ancestor Nat Turner, you know, for what he was trying to do. But I would actually have to say that at the end of the day, you know, it wasn't successful, you know, and we have a lot of successful examples of people rising up. So, you know, that was, you know, one of my things was, you know, let me share successful examples of freedom crusades, because there were a lot of them. And it's like all we know about, like I said, we talk about Nat Turner. Nat Turner got beheaded, got quartered, got hung, you know, I mean, you know, he was free for a couple of months, you know, and then, you know, then got put to death and got other people put to death. I mean, that wasn't successful, but we have successful examples. So, you know, like today I had, you know, the Black Seminole Revolt with Juan Caballo or John Horse. And he, you know, actually ended up, you know, through warfare, you know, ended up negotiating, you know, the United States said, okay, you know what? We done fighting with y'all. Y'all could be free. You know, and I don't think that happened before that at any time. So, you know, that to me, that's an important piece of information that I didn't know about, you know, till I was, you know, digging and doing some research. So that, you know, that was the one for the day. But so the goal is that, you know, every day on this Facebook page, you know, I will have a topic of the day. Today's topic of the day was the Black Seminole Revolt. So I would like, you know, other people to contribute and bring forth any information you have on the topic. Or if there's anything that I have brought forth that you know that you see there's an error with, and you have information that you know shows where there's an error, you know, bring that forth so we can talk about it. You know, I don't care about being right. You know, I just want I want the truth to be known, the truth to be out, and I want us to share it on a regular basis so it can actually be a part of our culture, you know, a part of the information that we understand. So on the page, that's what's supposed to happen. If people like come to the page and try to share something that's not on the topic of the day, you know, depending on what it is, like a lot of times I'll just delete it. You know, if it's information that I might use one day, then I'll hold on to it for a minute for that particular day. But like I said, I think a lot of Facebook pages are oversaturated with information. So and me understanding the way people learn, you know, you can't feed them too much. So I think, you know, one topic a day. I just want to stick to one topic a day and have other people share information about that topic and engage that topic. And I've been doing this, like I said, this will be my 5th year now doing this. And every year, like I revise them. You know, some of them I end up, you know, taking, and I replace some of them. You know, like there's some of them I'm looking at them and I learn more. And I'm like, I don't think I want to use that anymore. You know, as I grow, and growing is a continuous process. I don't know who said that. Oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know, that was a fool who said that, because you know you can learn to the day you die. You know, the brain is very it has elasticity, so you know we can learn till our grave, and that's what I'm trying to do, and then try to apply the knowledge. You know, and learn from the lessons that our ancestors gave us. But that's pretty much about it, though, Sin Kofi, all I got. And, you know, I appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Yeah, family, I wanted to bring him on the show is because of his page. Sinette Monica, you mentioned that, you like to learn. Let me go back to what you said. I won't be misquoting Sinette Monica, but what did you say? You like to learn some way. I agree with what you were saying. Did you say you said you like to learn? I'm trying to go through here and find out exactly what you said without putting words in your mouth. Common knowledge, right? You like common knowledge, and on this brother page, his memes is common knowledge, and it's a good tool for us to learn. For those that don't know our history and don't know our culture, you can go to this brother page. I'm gonna pull up some things and share my screen and go through some of the stuff that he has on the page, and real quick. And like I'm saying, it's like common knowledge is straight to the real big, and some of the memes, he has videos to it. That's a good thing about it. If you go on his page and you look on his page, he may have probably, I get it, because I want to ask him something about an individual that he posted the other day that maybe he can expound on real quick. I'm gonna share my screen in a second. But the brother, he has the books, so that's a great thing too. As you learn some of the common knowledge on his page, he has some of them. He has the book at the bottom where you can go in and you can read the book, where he's giving a book away for free. Information, a free summary of information, and then he's putting books in there where you can further your knowledge or further your understanding on the subject matter. Very important page, I think, because I start bringing my son in and letting my son read things off of his page, because my 10-year-old son, he's very acquisitive and he sees what I do. He's showing him things, but I don't want to be the only one that show him. I be wanting to, other people to show him, okay, daddy's not the only one like this. You don't have to just listen to me. You got other brothers and sisters that has content out here that you can go and you can share and get information from. So I thought this was a neat one, because it's not going over his head. It's small. It's straight to the point. Read it. We can talk about it, and he can understand it. So it's great for it's great for your kids. So I recommend that you, if you want to direct your younger kids and show them some information and some common knowledge information, Black History 365. I'm gonna share my screen and we just gonna touch on something real quick, and then because I have a question about. He posted up on on the chat. Hold on one sec. I mean on his page. All right. Can y'all see my page?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Family, can y'all see it out there? Click your icon. Hold on one second. They can't see mine. Hold on. Icon. Prevent. Okay. So can y'all see it now? And seeing I Am My Brother's Keeper, Athena Cooper says she has been following I Am My Brother's page for years and used the knowledge and the books to teach. This is for educators and parents. We have to teach our children what school will never teach. So you have somebody that's already been following Senator Cofer. You have clicked your hangout square. Golly, hold on one second. All right. He has to stop. Oh, send Sean. Can you stop sharing? Oh, you can. Okay, I think they said they can see it. So y'all say, so we good? Y'all can see it?
I can see it.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure everybody out there seen it. I think Senate Monica said, okay. All right. All right. Okay, we see Facebook. Okay, that's what I wanted to go on his page. And as he was talking about a while ago, this is something that he put up today. Seminole Revolt, Black History 6365, the Black Seminole Revolt after 1838. We're just gonna read some of them and just see how simple, and common knowledge. And then you can either elaborate, as the brother said, get in the comment box field of what he has, or you can just post something on the page, further into depth. And like he's something every day, he posts information 360 with our culture and our history. So whatever the topic may be for that day, if you're gonna comment, if you're gonna comment, elaborate on this information that he says he stated for this day. But we're just gonna read a few of them, just see how simple it is, and it's easy for anybody to it's easy for your kids. That's the most powerful thing to me. Is my 10-year-old son can read it. It's not going over his head. So it says the Black Seminole Revolt, 1835 to 1838. Between 1835 and 1838, the Black Seminoles led the largest slave rebellion in the United States. The Florida uprising peaked in 1836. Slave Africans fled, deploying the Seminoles force in the second 1835 to 1842. The freedom fighters destroyed 21 sugar plantations in all, and after 3 years of fighting with no conclusion, the U.S. Army chose to grant freedom to the holdouts in exchange for surrenders, the only emancipation of rebellion enslaved Africans prior to the U.S. Civil War. So this is simple information not going over people's head, and and he wants us to have a discussion on this topic about the kidnapped victims, our ancestors that was kidnapped and escaped the plantation, went into the Seminoles tribe and waged war against them. So this is some great simple information, as I said. He had something on here with Medika, the Queen of Sheba. Medika belongs to the dynasty in Ethiopia that was established in 1370 BCE and lasted for 350 years. Medika, grandfather and father, were the last two rulers of the dynasty. Medika brother Nuru died at the early age, so she was groomed to take the role as a queen of Ethiopia, and was appointed to her father's successor from his death in 1005 BCE. Medika ruled her country with justice for 50 years, and a great minister, a builder, with an international stateswoman and the life of a legend. Queen firmly represented the way in which a matriarch coexists in Africa, side by side with the patriarch. And he got this out of the Black Woman's in Antiquity, Ivan Van Sertima's expert from Williams E. and Finch, 16 through 17. And he also provides you with the book. And this book, if you go on YouTube, the used book, it ranges from 65, 75, 100, I think $400 and some dollars. So the brother is giving you the book for free. He giving you a small portion of information, excerpt out of Ivan Van Sertima's book, and he's giving you the book to download for free. Simple information for for those that want to the sisters that want to know about some of the sisters that did great things. I mean, he have a lot of these things on here. Brother's Keeper. Is this the queen of the Queen Sheba that we heard about doing us being in another train of thought? When I mean by another train of thought, or another once before, is this Judaism? Is this the Queen Sheba that they were that you referring to? Sheba,
yeah,
we read about. Okay.
Yes. The thing about the there are some figures in history, and the Queen of Sheba being one of them, who if you talk to historians, they mostly kind of think that she might be like a composite of several different queens, kind of all rolled into one, and different characteristics being attributed to like one person who's called the Queen of Sheba or whatever. So, but I thought it was still important to share the information because, like I said, at the end of the day, she still represents the matriarchy that was in Africa. The fact that women were not subverted and made, that you know, just the way that it actually was, you know. So she was definitely representative. There's a few characters, you know. There's another one, like Anastasia from Brazil is another one where, you know, at the end of the day, as I'm investigating, you know, I don't think she's necessarily a real person, but she still represents the you know, the rape and the inhumanity and the torture that was suffered by African women during the you know, during the barbaric, savage, you know, slavery of our people. You know, so it does represent that, even though she might not necessarily be an actual person. You know, talking about Anastasia, and it might be the same way. Like I said, she probably existed, but everything that's attributed to her may not necessarily be her. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wanted to ask that question just to get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we ain't gonna go through a lot of them, but one that I instantly looked at, but I hadn't got a chance. Okay, you talked about this guy here, and which you Dumas, and then you played a clip here, and then you had, I guess this was his book, The Three Musketeers. That he contributed to, or he wrote his book, and then you had here the accounts of Monte Cristos. I guess this was another book that he wrote, and gave an insert right here where we'll read the insert about Alex Dumas. You did this first, and then you gave the books, and then you gave the what's the name. So I just want you to, I'm gonna read it, and then I just kind of want you to kind of tie it in and explain it to.
Okay.
Or if you can, well, we'll go ahead. We'll read it real quick. This is Alexandra Dumas, July the 24th, 1802, December the 5th, 1870. Son of the famous General Alexandre Dumas, a red French writer, has had work translated into 100 languages. Among his historical novel accounts of Monte Cristos, The Three Musketeers, The 20 Years After, and the Dichotomy di Braluni, I might be pronouncing that wrong. Since the 20th century, his novels have been the source of nearly 200 films. Dumas, a larger-than-life character himself, spent several fortunes at like a king, and in his spare time, Dumas managed to find the Theatre Historique in Paris. Dumas' last novel, The Night of the Saint Hermits, unfinished at the death, was completed by a scholar in 2005, becoming a bestseller. It was published in English in 2008, and at the last Calvary, upon being questioned about imminent death for his deathbed, Dumas replied, "I shall tell her a story, and she will." On November the 30th, 2002, the French president Jacques Chirac ordered for Dumas' body to be transported in solemn process to the rightful resting place in the Pantheon in Paris. Kind of explain a little bit about this individual here, because I kind of find it I have never heard of this guy before, but some of the novels that you talk about that actually got turned into movies, I know, not especially Three Musketeers.
Yeah, we know about that, right? So Dumas is he's one of you know, I studied with Runoko Rashidi for a couple years, and this is one of Runoko Rashidi's favorite writers is Dumas. And you know, so his love for Dumas kind of got me. And then the thing about it is, you know, I read The Three Musketeers as a youth, and you know, and I loved the movie as a youth, and so like you said, I didn't know either. Like, you know, that it was a black man that wrote that. You know what? And he wasn't just the thing about him was he wasn't just a black man in color, you know, or you know, because he had a black father. And if you scroll down a little bit farther, you will even see his father, who was a dark-skinned brother who was the general in the French army. And these are who his stories are about. You know, he's talking about his daddy. You know, when he, you know, the Three Musketeers, he's writing about his daddy, the adventures his daddy went through, the things his daddy did. But when we see the Three Musketeers, they three white men though, you know. But Dumas is you know, he's you know, he's getting some of that, he's getting his stories and that excitement, he's getting that from his father, who was a general. And he identified as being black.
So that's where the Musketeers come from Dumas. Are you saying he was writing stories about the adventures of his father had?
Right.
Okay. Wow. Okay. See, I didn't even know that. So I mean, I didn't.
Like I said, he identified with being a black man. You know, with you know, and when he was in a position to probably pass or to not necessarily he was in that one position that we see black people get in these days, and he said he did the Colin Kaepernick. He like I'm gonna go ahead and identify with my people, and this is who I'm with. If my people can't eat, I'm coming to eat, and my people coming to eat with me, and they all black, so they gonna be with us eating. So that's another thing with the memes is like I said, I tried to avoid just because somebody was the skin color of black. It was kind of more the spirit of who they were and how they related to the people, to our people as a whole, and how they, practice the real self is one with all.
No doubt. No doubt. We're gonna get into one more, and you can just touch on it briefly.
All right.
And sister, man. I'll come back to him. We'll go to Mansa Musa too. We'll talk about Mansa Musa because we'll talk about him real quick. But I wanted to go to and there's the book right there, Black Woman of Antiquity. When he was telling you about the Queen of Sheba, where he got the insert out of. Book there's an expensive book, just a cheap. I mean, not the cheap, but I mean the
I need the digital copy, Sid, because my eyes starting to go bad, man. I'm getting old, man. So it's sometimes having it, being able to just hit the zoom in is good for me.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna go back up to the top because the brother also he's giving a book. He's giving a book away on this meme here. Now I heard about this sister here too. Because I don't confess to know. I don't know everything. That's why I love the saying. That's why I give the saying. As I learn, we all learn. So I'm always trying to learn. So as I learn, I'm going to share information with the family, and I try to surround myself around individuals that I can learn from as well, that don't mind sharing information with me, and where it can expand my mind and take me out on missions for other information. Okay. You getting good feedback for your page too, seeing here is Harriet Lacks. I learned about this sister or heard about this sister through Dr. Oyama Ott. Maybe 2006 she mentioned, I don't know where she was at or what she was on. Shout out to Dr. Oyama Ott too. She done had me on her show platform 2 times, so I appreciate the queen for let me come on to the show and let me build and discuss and share my information, my slides and my PowerPoint. So shout out to Dr. Oyama Ott. And if you hadn't subscribed to Oyama Ott's channel, please go to her channel and subscribe to her channel as well. But here we'll read about Harriet Lacks, and then you can kind of just touch on it real quick. Harriet Lacks was a tobacco farmer from Virginia, whose sales taken without her knowledge from the Hella Immortal cell line, which has been vital for development. Development has been vital for paleo vaccine cloning gene mapping and a vitro virtualization. In 1958, Lacks went to Johns Hopkins Hospital to diagnose abnormal pain and bleeding in her abdomen. She was diagnosed with cervical cancer, and I need my glasses on too. And doing her radiation treatment, doctors removed 2 cervical samples from Lax without her knowledge. She died at Johns Hopkins on October the 4th, 1951. This is why I'm scared to go to the hospital. Right. At the age of 31, the cells from Lax tumors made their way to the laboratory of researchers, Dr. George Otto Guy, who noticed that unlike most cells, which only survived a few days, Lax cells were far more durable and multiplied. Specific cell, creating a cell line, HeLa. Jonas Salk used a strain to develop the polio vaccine. Massive interest in the cells. Scientists cloned the cells in 1955, and since that time, over 10,000 patients involving HeLa cells have been registered. Go in a little bit on that, man. I mean, when she was talking about it, I just find that it's so interesting what they did to this sister, and
it really
they stealing this woman's cells.
Yeah,
but go ahead, man.
No, I'm saying like, okay, so, and then it's like 365 pieces of information, right? So, like, as far as being on top of every single topic and being overly knowledgeable about every like the science of this, I'm not really knowledgeable on, but like you said, it's very interesting to me. Like, why is her cell why is it so much durable than everybody else's? Why could they make a polio vaccine out of her cell? But then too, the thing about this story that I thought was important, just like you was pointing out, the fact that a lot of times we just trust these doctors with our lives and we're gonna go get some medicine and they're gonna make us better. Man, there are so many examples of them people, conducting experiments, doing all these different things to us that, unimaginable things to Black people. And we have evidence of it. We have straight evidence of the different experiments that they've done on us, different things they've done with disregard to our humanity. So, like me and you was talking earlier, about Black people having the battered wife syndrome, where no matter what these people do to us, no matter how many cells they take from us without permission, no matter how many times they give us syphilis, no matter how many organs they steal, we still run back talking about they gonna love us tomorrow. So and I haven't read this book yet, but actually it was really interesting because the principal at the school I'm at, busted it out one day. She out of nowhere, and she didn't even know, and it was like right around the time that the meme was so she busted it out, and she had the book and she was reading the book. So I got to get on it. I haven't read this one yet, but it is, I said again, it is in the library. It's other medical apartheid is also in there in the library. There's other information too, the information about the Dr. Graves, the brother who was talking about, who had evidence of them constructing AIDS and having the patent on AIDS. So like I said, there's a lot of different information that's out there, for us to be just blindly trusting these people.
That's right, man. And the brother got the book right here. I'm gonna download the book. I think I already done downloaded the book already, but if I'm gonna go back and make sure, but if I had, I'm gonna make sure I download the book today because I want to read it. And it was another book. I'm actually barricaded. I got company. I'm barricaded in another room, and I'm not at my desk or not close to the bookshelves where I could have pulled out. I could have shared with you after the show, where I'll put it in the chat. Different experiments that has been taking place on us. We have been used as lab rats, you know,
Yeah.
for over 100 and some years. I can't think of the book, and I hadn't read the whole book. I read maybe 3 or 4 chapters in the book. It's a thick book, and a sister wrote the book, and I can't remember her.
Medical apartheid.
A medical apartheid, right? That's
Yeah.
that's a great.
Yeah, that's in there. That's in the library too. You know, so if you go to the library, you try to, it's in there.
Yep. A medical apartheid. That's the name of the book. That's right. And like I said, I hadn't read the complete book. I think I got to chapter 3 or chapter 4, full of information. I had supposed to been coming back and doing like a reading and sharing video where we was gonna read some stuff that they happened and discussed a few things that they a few of the experiments, you know what I'm saying, that took place on our ancestors. And I may come back and do that sometime in the near future. And for y'all, you know, those that are, you know, go on I Am My Brother's Keeper, Black History 365. So the website that I put in the link, he said the brother said he has the book in there. You can download the book and maybe we can read the book together. We can read, I can follow along as I read, and we can kind of talk, you know, back and forth through the chat about some of the things that they did to our ancestors in the near future. I don't know when, but that may be something that we, you know, have to commend this brother. This brother is giving away free books. I mean, and I'm telling you, it's for me, it's hard to give away free books. I got about 800 some hard copy books on my wall that I can pull out. Then I have about maybe 400 or maybe 500. I may have be knocking at 500 PDF books, digital books too. So I'm knocking at probably about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, almost 1,300 some books, 1,300 some sources that I can go to, and I don't mind giving my books. I just hate wasting my time sending books to people and they don't read the material. You ask me for things and you don't read it, or I'm willing to give it away for free, but I'm giving it away for free. Even after a lot of them I paid for, a lot of them swapped. I gave them a book, they gave me a book. And, you know, you're not taking advantage of the resources. You know what I'm saying? So this brother's, I commend him. He's giving away the books for free, the resources that he's giving you. Take advantage of the page. Educate yourself on the page, because I just learned some things that I didn't even know about, you know, and that's the thing. We learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? That's a powerful statement, man. As I learn, we all learn, man. So like again, I said, I commend the brother. We're gonna talk about one more, and then we're end the show. But I just wanted to go presentation. I just wanted to go on his page. I have been on his page to see the information that's on his page, so you can start to gravitate toward the brother page and pay more attention toward my brother's page, man, and see this information that he's sharing with you, because it takes time. People don't understand that it takes time together. Even when I do my presentations, they last an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2. I think that's the longest one I ever did was 2 hours. But I try to make them between an hour, hour and a half, no longer. But, you know, it takes time out here. You know, this brother had to go and do some research and stuff, so he took time away from things he could be doing. Some common knowledge, some common information, put it on his page and display it for us to see, so we can see ancestors of what our people, you know, have done. So we got to commend him and commend other people that's out here doing the same thing and putting stuff up for free. It's not charging, you know, like he was saying, a lot of times we be wanting information, but people always get information for free. You know, a book, they want to charge for a class, they want to charge for a segment. And that's all good and dandy too, because sometimes, you know, say us for the time and effort that we put in too. But you know, a lot of us is out there, and you know, like I said, for myself, I made 3 days, you know what I'm saying, and trying to read and information from books that I may have already read, and then put it together in an hour format. And I'm doing it for what I love, sharing information with the family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting in a lot of time. So you got to commend a lot of people that's putting this information out here for us and putting it out for free and taking time away from their families and other things that they could be doing. But we're going to get into this last one. We love y'all either way. We love you too, Sinette Monica. I know I love you, sis. I really do. I'm going to beat you up the next time you come through here, and I could have met you. I understand the weather was bad, so I ain't gonna get. I was a little pissed, but I ain't upset now. But the next time you come through, sis, I'm gonna meet you. I can meet you halfway. Cause I'm meeting Sinette Monica for the first time. I done met you on Google Hangout. I done met you, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook. I met you in 1,000 groups that you in. So, well, yeah, let's make that happen. But let's read this last one real quick. Musa. Mansa Musa to 1337. No doubt. We can do that. But Mansa Musa the first of Mali, the most wealthiest person to ever walk the earth, had 25 years reign, 1312 to 1337, was the 10th Mansa Musa, which translated as King of Kings or Empire. So we know that Mansa means king or King of Kings, or it means emperor. A lot of Mansas. So that's a title, Mansa. So with the emperor of the wealthy Mali Empire, which we know is in West Africa. At this time of Musa rise of Malian Empire consisted of territories formerly belonging to the Ghana Empire, southern Mauritania, and in Mali, and in the intimate surrounding areas, Musa, including Im of Mali, lord of the mines of the Wagarias, conquerors of Ata, and at least a dozen others. In 1324, the King of Kings, a devoted Muslim, took a well-documented pilgrim to Mecca, gave away gold to the poor, and trapped gold for sovereignty. For sovereign. Furthermore, it has been recorded that he built a mosque each and every Friday. In 1325, he bought architects from and reigned in Spain and Cairo to build his grand palace in Timbuktu and in the great Giraber, I'm saying, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, mosque that still stands to this day. That was another one about Mansa Musa, you know, and you hear, I wanted to, dang, I wish, like I said, I wasn't in this room. I could give book on Mansa Musa. So I just wanted to share that other meme with Mansa Musa, who said they say that still at that period of time was the richest planet at that time, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yeah,
brother, I am my brother Keith.
So yeah, and the thing about that is, see, a lot of times, you know, like the information is, to me, is multi-layered. If you think about it, you know, a lot of times we look at historical information from a modern point of view. But you know, when I think about it, you know, him being the richest, man, in the history of the world, you know, I'm not sure if that's necessarily a good thing. You know, I mean, I just know it's you know, it's what's been reported. You know, it was what's been reported as factual. But like, he was Lord of the mines. Who was working in the mine? You know, it's like one of the questions that pops into my mind is like, well, who was working in the mine? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I think we like an example I would bring up is like the Moors. You know, a lot of times we like to bring up things and it's kind of like this feel good information, like, you know, well, but I think we should be like consider everything. You know, as I said, at the end of the day, he was a very, very wealthy person. Which, I mean, there are good points to that, and like I said, there could be negative points to that. I'm not making a judgment either way. I'm just saying we need to engage the information with open eyes and not just thinking like everything is all, you know, like I said, like the Buffalo Soldier. That's another one. You know, you know, you know, the ancestor Dick Gregory, you know, wouldn't perform at you know, wouldn't open for Bob Marley because Bob Marley did the Buffalo Soldier song, and Bob Marley couldn't believe it. And, you know, flew to him and was like, you know, why you, and because you know, he was mad. He was like, well, why you got this song Buffalo Soldiers, man? You should know better than that, man. They wasn't nothing but the lapdogs of our oppressors, man. You know, all they was doing was, you know, killing people for the slavers. You know, and you know, when I look at the Moors, I kind of look at them the same way. You know, what was they? You know, they kind of actually helped the Arabs, you know, conquer Africa. You know, they, you know, we talk about them, you know, running Spain or whatever, you know, which is all well and good, but you know, again, you know, just I think we need to look at all the information and you know, in a well-rounded way instead of just feeling like, you know, oh well, okay. This was a black man. He was wealthy, so you know, so that's a great thing. You know, well, I'm not trying to put anything negative on it. I'm just saying we need to look at it. You know, the factually
from all different spectrums. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I agree. Yeah.
But still, it's just the fact that this. Even not thinking about Mansa Musa, the individual, the person, you know, when you look at the kingdom and what that represents, and you know the greatness of the kingdom in West Africa, that you know during a time period when you know the white people claim, you know, are the Dark Ages, you know. So to me, like the you know the contrast is great. You know, like we're bombarded with this in school, you know, at least I don't know if, you know, how much is. You know, I don't deal with the in school. Like, I'm basically an in-school tutor, so I'm doing math and English all day. So I'm not sure how much in terms of if they've changed in terms of their history books, but yeah, man, we get bombarded with the, you know, this was the Dark Ages and there was no knowledge on earth, and you know, like this, like man, and we had these great kingdoms running. You know, we had these great kingdoms, not just good, you know, great kingdom. You know, they had all kind of knowledge and education going on, and books was the thing, and you know, great high culture. You know, so you know, I said it's a couple different ways to look at it, but you know, so I don't try to be over judgmental about it, but I just want to report it as you know, as I see it to be. You know, as whatever I can find, and like I said, anytime I get new information, if it changed, I change. You know, I change the mean. If I get new information and I'm like, okay, this is not right. There's been a couple of them that I went back and I just changed. Matter of fact, the other day, Sally Ann Ashton, who did the history of the Afro comb, you know, history of the picks. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and she had the display with the picks, you know, back in Kemet and Nubia and you know, Nehesi or whatever. And so I did a meme on that. And now where I got the dates from for the picks that I used, I got it from the website. And the website wasn't, you got to be careful with timelines when you're sharing information from timelines, because sometimes, you know, like what they're depicting on the timeline isn't what you're thinking. So, you know, like the way they had the timeline, you know, it wasn't talking about the individual picks that I thought it was. So, you know, the other day, you know, Sally was like, you know, she saw it on Facebook and she was like, she was disappointed because the dates weren't right. And that, but then we talked about it, you know, and like as we having a conversation, I fixed it, you know, because that's what I'm about. That everything being correct. Who care about being right? Let's just get it correct. You know, however it goes. But so like I'll change, and when they spoke,
right.
it changed. You know.
You when you post that saying I'm my brother keeper, I think I remember that was last week sometime or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was last week. On the Kemet and Nubia. I forget the name of the page, Kemet and Nubia page or whatever. I posted it on there. And you know, she corrected me, and I appreciate that. You know, like that's what we supposed to do. You know, if you got something and then, like I said, there was a reason why it was inaccurate. You know, because she said, well, that's my study and my studies are out there. And I'm like, well, I didn't get it from your PDF. I got it from the website. And then she saw she was like, oh yeah, because the website has it listed like this. And, you know, so, you know, at the end of the day, you got to always, you know, check and recheck your information and keep looking and never be in that one mode where you think that what you got is, you know, is 100% solid and you know, can't never be changed. You know, because
that's
it don't be like that.
Right. That's why I always give a disclaimer. And with basically what you saying, added additions, deletions, critique, encourage. You know what I'm saying? Because I know everything is not and I always say this. You know, I don't over the years I don't read many books. That's why now PowerPoints together, because I can remember a lot of the books I done read, so I can just go get the books, and maybe I may have to proofread a few little things, or I may want to go to another book on my shelf or look at a few articles just to get collective consensus off of things. So I want to read something from over here and something from over there if I already read these few books. But as I always state, book that I read, I don't care who it is, you know. I don't think that everything is always right and exact. I mean, like if I rate books, I read a book, you know, they say that book good, I'd be like, I think was 80%, you know, 80% right, 90% right, 50% right. That don't mean that, you know, I did find some information that was in there was correct, you know, that probably was right and exact by me reading other things, but the other information I disagree with because of may occur over time, you know, because I know things change over time. You know, we may have certain type of information that may be out there due to information that, you know, that surfaced later on. So we had to go back and change the information due to findings and etc. Say, you know, everything is not right and exact. And like I said, I don't claim to know everything. I'm merely a student sharing information, you know. So if I put something out there that have been revitalized or maybe a little bit inaccurate, I don't mind, you know, let me know and I'll go back and change it. And I'm humble enough to say that, okay, but this is the right information, because it's about putting the right type of, you know, putting the right information out there. But we all do make mistakes, you know.
No doubt.
But hope y'all appreciated the show. I wanted to bring this brother on, and I wanted him to do a small PowerPoint presentation. So I hope you enjoyed the brother PowerPoint presentation. I hope, and I wanted to go. I definitely wanted to go to his page and read some things from off of the brother's page that is not familiar with the content or the brother page or who the brother is. Now you know who I am, my brother's keeper, or who Vincent is now. So go support the brother. Go to his page. Like I said, it's common knowledge, and the brother is giving you 365 days of information. He's giving the books away. Where he actually put a link in there his library and pull some of the books where he's pulling some of his information out of. So support the brother. He, like I say, he has a channel too. He's this is the brother that did my intro video for my YouTube channel. We're gonna go out with the video as well too. But this brother is the videos that he played in his PowerPoint presentation. Those are his videos that he put together. He pieced those videos together the way he wanted to put them together. So this brother has many talents, and he's sharing all his information different ways for free. So support this brother. So go and like his Facebook page. Tune in to the Facebook page every day. And look what he's got coming next off the content. Pull your children in. Instead of looking at somebody getting beat up, somebody's getting shot, somebody's walking around on drugs, right. Somebody's disrespecting their mother, bypass the BS and click on to Black History 365 page. Get your family together and learn some of this information, because we all learn something today. You know, like I say, I don't know everything. So I just learned something today about character and his father, and him writing the movie that we know about, which I read the book too as a young, the Three Musketeers. That the Three Musketeers was implemented as white people, but it was stuff that was written by his father with what he had going on, the escapades of his crusades or whatever it was that he had going on. He wrote about his father, story behind the Three Musketeers. So if you missed it, go back onto the brother page and look at what's the brother name? I know his last name is Dumas. But what's his first name?
Alexandre Dumas.
Yes, and he has the brother books on there as well if you want to download the books. Like I say, I just learned something. Today. I appreciate the brother. I hope y'all appreciate the brother today. I hope y'all appreciate the show. If y'all hadn't subscribed to the channel, family, please subscribe to the channel. Like I was saying, I need y'all help. I'm trying to get at least 1,000 subscribers end of this month, and I know it can happen. It's not far-fetched. I know I can get it because, again, as I stated, so the videos I'm putting up is viewing at the last video with my other video, I think it hit 1.12. So every video is climbing. So the last video, the 75s of Ra, reached 2,000 viewers. I know I can get at least 1,000, 1,000 subscribers. Please support me. And like saying Sean said, hit the like button, and also support send Sean. He's in his chat room now. Any Haret Calfunny. We know him as Sean P. The brother, he's putting out a lot of information too. He's taking time out from his kids, and his significant other things that he could be doing. He's taking out his time and he's putting out free information. He's going live and he's putting out free information. So support that brother as well. When you see, click on to his video and support that brother as well, because that brother motivates me too to keep me, doing what I'm doing, as well as I am my brother's keeper, as well as a few other people in my small circle. So if you missed majority of the show, go back and check out the show from the beginning. Once we leave off of here, it'll be uploaded. Subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel and help me reach, because I need y'all help. Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Tell somebody, keep sharing the videos, keep sharing the live feeds. I get this 1,000 viewers by the end. I mean, it's 1,000 subscribers by the end of January. Please, family, help me. Thank you for supporting. I am a brother keeper. You got any last words before we get off the channel?
No, man. Just again, do our ooh. You know, thank you so much for everything you do and for having me on. I appreciate it. And like I said, you were, you know, I told you before personally, I think you are a true leader. You know, so you keep doing what you're doing, man, and we're gonna get there one day.
Appreciate it. So on that note, I want to say Shemim Hotep. But before I go out, I want to leave y'all with my intro video. I'm proud of my video, so don't y'all log. Don't y'all log off of here until y'all look at my video again.
I know that's right.
Yeah, peace and Black Power family. We finna get out of here. I'm gonna play the video as I go out. Hold on 1 second as I share my screen. Let me go over here. Share my screen. Let's see. Can y'all see the thing? Seeing is the can y'all see my where I'm sharing my screen? All right, I guess so. All right, I'm gonna play my video.
Man in the full knowledge of himself is a superb and supreme creature of creation. When man becomes possessor of
Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Golly, I was trying to take something off here. I had these pop-ups. What's the name? But let's try it again.
When man becomes possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes master of his environment, the captain of his own ship, the director of his own destiny, the accomplisher of his own ends. Man should understand himself because man is full of knowledge, and this knowledge is a gift of nature. When Mother Nature created man, she deprived him of nothing. He was given the faculty of understanding all things around him. This faculty for understanding has not been taken away from him. None of his senses have been taken away from him. So there is no excuse for the black man. I'm raising my team, red, black, and green, queens and kings, salute, now scream, I should bring purple of the energy. I should vibe from the I'm raising my team, red, black, and green, queens and kings, salute, now scream, I should bring purple of the energy. I should vibe from the
As I learn, we all learn, family. Peace.